Hello, everyone. Welcome to day number 6 of the American Cup 2022. Today, we'll be featuring Fabiano Caruana's game against Lenier Dominguez. Right. Caruana winning over Lenier. Caruana was worried to start with c4, so we have the English. Lenier went for c5. Knight f3, knight f6. So we have the symmetrical variation of the English. Knight c3, knight c6, 4 knights. Yeah. e4 takes, takes. e6, g3. Queen into b6. Knight e5. Okay, here black played knight e5. If let's say black plays a6 to drive away the knight, the white will play knight e6, takes, and takes. Black's problem will be on this dark square here. So knight e5, opening this line for d6 with the bishop and queen protecting. Bishop into f4, protecting knight. Knight g4, protecting the knight and e5. Of course, it's not possible to take c4 pawn. There's knight c7, yeah. Double attack on king and rook. Right, knight f g4, e3. a6, h3. Takes on b5, takes on g4. Knight takes e4 and g5. Interesting. Yeah. Caruana wants to control these 2 pawns with this g5. Yeah. And this is going to be a passive rook on h8. Here, Dominguez went for d5. Although it was also possible here. Another possibility here is knight takes b2. If let's say queen to b3, queen c6, hitting the rook on h1. Queen takes b2, bishop a3, takes on h1, knight takes b5. Well, with chances for both sides. A bit complicated here. Black can play b6 and bishop a6. All right, so d5 was played, a4. Nice move by Caruana, forcing the exchange. You cannot push that pawn to b4. The knight will stay on b5. c7 is weak. Yep. So takes on c4 first. Rook takes. takes. Okay, after a series of exchanges, white has a slight edge. Because of this passive rook on h8. Bishop e5, good move. Yes. Restricting the bishop on f8. Attacking g7. No f6 as well. King e7, Dominguez wants to play f6. Caruana went for knight e4, not allowing f6. Bishop b7, threatening c5. Caruana went for rook h4. Although interesting move here would have been knight f6. Yes. The pawn, of course, cannot capture the knight. Bishop takes, yeah, taking the king and the rook. And with this knight, you can capture page 7 and takes. Yeah. Would have been better for white here. Rook h4. King goes back to e8. Knight into d2, threatening c4. h6, knight takes c4. Pin on the rook. Another pin here. Okay, bishop a6, knight d6. Takes and takes. Bishop b5, bishop e5. Bishop moves back. King f8. Black is just defending the whole time. Okay, f3 played by Caruana. Space for his king on f2. King g8. Another good move, g6. Well, white sacrifices the pawn to open up the 7th rack. Now he can go rook d4 and rook d7. Yeah, elite. Caruana is back. Fabi is back. Rook to d4, g5. A very unfortunate position of the rook on h8 here. Okay, rook d8, king e7, rook d7. Just so passive on g8. King f2, h5. Black tries to create some space. e4, king h6, moving out of the pin. King e3, king g6 is b3. White has some extra tempo here that it can use. h4, g4, making this one target later on. Same color as the bishop. King h7, king f2, king g6, bishop c3. Patience is a virtue. Black went back for king e7. Rook e7, hitting the pawn on e6. Rook e8. Finally, Dominguez couldn't wait. Yeah, he wants to activate his rook, but at the expense of his king. So rook takes g7, king h6. Caruana here went for bishop f6. It was also possible here to play f4. Takes into g5. King h5, king f3. With some mating threats, I believe. If you go h3, for example, this king takes h4. Yeah. No threatening here. So there's an attack also on the pawn on h3. King is not safe on h5. So bishop f6. Rook into e2, king e3. e5 just takes. Okay, space for the king. h3, rook g8. The main point of rook g8 is that if the opponent pushes h2, he has rook to h8 and can take that pawn on h2. c5, of threatening rook e2 mate. So sense of danger, f4 clearance, line clearance or square clearance for the king. Takes on f4, king takes. Rook f2, king g3. Rook into e2, king f3. Now g5. Rook h8. Unfortunate. Yeah. Now black couldn't take the pawn on g5, does bishop f4, hitting the rook on d2. Rook d2 was the wrong square for the rook. Yeah. Here after king f3 at rook e1 maybe holds. What's the difference if you play g5, king h5? Now no rook h8 because you can take the pawn. g6, maybe h2 here. Yeah. Take on h2, probably one. Although white could still squeeze this out. Yeah. With this pass pawn, threatening g7, bishop e5, h8. d2, g5, now rook h8, winning for white. Rook h6, g6, g7, h3, and Dominguez resign. This game shows the real Fabiano. This is actually how he played in the World Championship against Magnus Carlsen. Yeah. Squeezing out a win against Lenier. So here, Caruana wins the finals, but it's a very confusing format. Dominguez will play Iranian in the elimination bracket because both players, they lose one match. So they're going to play against each other. And the winner of that match will play Fabiano once again. Okay. You lose one, you're still alive. Lose twice, it's bye-bye. Okay, but with Caruana winning in the championship bracket, I think he gets an extra 10,000 USD. Well, that's a lot of money. All right, that was it. So Caruana winning over Lenier Dominguez. And he will wait for Dominguez match against Levon Aronian. Aronian won his match against Ray Robson also today in the elimination bracket. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting our channel, Charge Smash Chess and Charge Smash Entertainment on Facebook and YouTube. This is Coach Oliver. Stay safe, everyone. Bye.